Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Kyle. We're inside RRHQ 2.0. I feel like I've been actually getting some work done over here, and today we're gonna be doing our blown-in installation up in the attic. So we've got all the SIGA Myrex, we got all of our framing, our taping, and now it's time to get that insulated, which will help keep this space a lot cooler in the summer and a lot warmer in the winter. But I do have a couple little things that I need to do up in the attic before the blow machine shows up, and we start putting in a product that I've never used called TimberHP up in the attic. How's it going, buddy?
Good.
You're not too hot up here, are you? All right, so we've got this area of the attic is kind of open to this area, and we need to block it off real quick because we don't want that blown in falling into this space. So we need to kind of create a little bit of a tub, and we're gonna use this rock wool. So I'm gonna hand this up to you, Cole, and just lay it out, okay? Just take that. There, so quite simple, just creating a place for this fill to not blow out. I got 3 to do here. Cole, let's go ahead and get this next one in. Let me cut a little bit of it off. And then we got the kind of a little bit trickier ones to do, which are over there because of the angle. Okay, pick that end up. Okay, take it in. Got these nice big washered maize nails. So this is what we use on, if we're doing a fiberglass bat or something, these are great to hold it so it doesn't come off. And it's also perfect for this. Grab me that tape measure. Oh, it is a little sweaty up here. I'll be up here long enough to get content and I'll be like, good luck guys. You should have. When I was your age, dude, I didn't even have air conditioning in my house. Oh, believe it. You ask Grandma Stumpenhorst. So get it up here. Yeah. Feed it around. Okay. I gotta lift your end up. There we go. All right, let's cut the last one. It's easy. Hot? Yes. Yep. I mean, you can always assume it's pretty close when, you know, we did it because there's a good chance, but. Here, grab that end, and I'm gonna go, go about right here, and then dig it into the material as we both go back. Like use it like a knife, Cole. No, go the other way, angle it. You know what, let's do this. Some more insulation. Because I don't have a ceiling, but I have a service bay anyway, so I'm never going to have anything directly underneath the Myrex. So my guess is the weight of the blown-in TimberHP is just gonna kind of sag it out, but hopefully without a ceiling, all of the extra framing that I have underneath is gonna hold it all up real nice. It's all right, man. True champions, they overcome adversity.
Wait.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Wait, don't they have adversity?
True champions?
Ow.
What do you mean?
True champions have adversity.
Wait, what?
Isn't adversity like a trait?
No, adversity is a thing. All right, that's it, guys. This was what I needed to do before the truck shows up. Now we wait for them, and then we start doing some timber fill below, which would be your first time and my first time. Go ahead, you first. AIDS before beauty.
Wait, what?
Like young age.
I said AIDS. I was like, Hello?
Pause. Here. Here. Let me hand you some stuff. Oh man, it is so much better down here. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Straighten out. Straighten your wheel. Yep, there you go. Little sneak peek before the boys get here to blow. The trailer just showed up. Oh yeah, look at that. TimberHP, loose fill, dense pack, thermal acoustic wood fiber insulation. So we're gonna be going to an R60, attics, walls, ceilings, and floors. It's cool, man. I saw this on This Old House with Zach Detmore. If you guys don't follow Zach Detmore, he's over on Instagram, Detmore Homes, I do believe. Awesome dude, awesome channel, lots of insightful content. But the cool thing is he's had the opportunity to work with This Old House, and that's where I saw them doing this product. Was they did a project where they just blew it in a bunch of walls and things. And I know Dan, who now works with Timberfill, you guys might recognize him from some previous videos, and that'll be the first time with us working together on this product. So I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. This is not rocket science here. It's about a 2-minute ordeal here. I've probably done 3 or 4 loose fill jobs where I've blown in insulation in my time, and that's always been fiberglass except for the first time, and that was cellulose. And I don't ever want to do a cellulose job again. So I'm kind of excited to see what this is all about. I'm curious to see, take the other end to the other side of the pad. That'll give us an idea on how long it is, because that's 40 feet. Or I can go this way. I'll go 45.
I bet these are 50, Dad.
Hey Cole, I think we're about there, buddy. That's 50 feet, Roger. Do we need both of these then? All right, guys, so we got Dan here. Dan, I've worked with in the past. You guys have probably seen him on the channel. And we got Jason. Jason, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And Jason, what do you exactly do? Because I know what Dan does.
Yeah, so...
Maybe, I don't know what Dan does. I don't know, actually.
I am Director of Building Science and Industry Support with TimberHP. Bring in timber fill, timber bat, and soon timber board to the U.S. market for the first time, the North American market, actually. Like Dan, I came from the insulation industry. I was with Green Fiber for a number of years, largest cellulose manufacturer in the U.S. And this is very much a cellulose-based product, but we're doing it a little different, as Dan's probably talked about in the past.
Yeah.
Wood
and
fiber.
I think we'll get into a lot of maybe what makes this special. And I know we're in America. Wood insulation? Come on, guys, what are we doing here? You know, so I know people are going to ask that, and we'll get into that, but I want to kind of get this product going into the attic, because we know there's a lot of downtime waiting while it's blowing around and stuff, and we can get into kind of the specifics. You guys cool with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's always fire, water, bugs are the 3 things.
That's what people care about.
And we'll touch on every single one during the video.
All right,
Yeah.
Let's get this machine up. Let's get some bags opened up, and let's start filling some attic space. All right, Cole, your job is going to be to feed it to me, and I'm going to take it the other way.
Okay.
Okay, we got the laser set up. Sorry guys, I have this DeWalt. I didn't have my Stabila, so sorry Stabila actually. And we've got it at 19 inches. So, right, Jason, 19 inches? And that's gonna give us an R60. I do know that if you look back over there, I've got my, what we call like our attic air deflectors. That's keeping things from going out into our soffit. Those are at 17 and a half, so I'm not gonna get a full 60 right on the edge, but we're gonna fill right up to it. So let's go over by Jason and let's get this thing blowing.
Hey, shut it off?
Nope. I'm gonna let Jason talk.
Why don't you take it down, close the gate a notch or two just to see if we can get a little more force. It's flowing fine, but it looks a little thick.
Feel like it's doing anything.
Right.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's low. All right.
Yeah, it should be almost turned off. It's, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
She just started spitting and sputtering now. Nothing's moving.
There we go.
There you go.
Yay!
Now we're going. How many bags is this up here right now, you think? He's probably throwing just a couple in there to start.
Got a couple in the hopper to start. Maybe put another one in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the bags are somewhere between 8 and 9 pounds per cubic foot in the bale.
Oh, so then we're going to get about 3 to 4 square foot per bale, because you said 2 pounds per square foot for R60-ish?
Yeah, there you go. So basically, it's liberating that material, making it nice and fluffy, and then we're going to put it in probably a little bit lighter density than that, because that's actually a foot plus.
Okay.
So that's the weight of a 17-inch install.
Okay.
So the actual cubic weight of the material is going to be closer to 1.6, 1.7, maybe approach 2 eventually. But coverage charts for cellulose, for timber fill are interesting because they have a progressive density built into them. So if you put a couple of inches in the attic, there's not a lot of weight on top of it, not its own weight. But you put 16 inches, 17 inches, now there's weight on top of weight.
Yep.
And so it squeezes down some of that, which actually increases the R value.
Sure.
To a point. When we're in a wall cavity compressed over 3 pounds per cubic foot, we'll end up with a 3.8 per inch. So you don't want to drive it into the floor because that tends to create more density sooner.
Okay. You want it to fluff on top?
Right. And you don't want to arc it too much because then you end up with a lot of fluff and it could settle a little harder.
Okay.
So especially with fiberglass, if you really kind of put more fluff to it, it will actually settle, even though the charts don't read that. So you could.
So are you saying I'm doing a decent job?
I would say you're doing a great job.
Okay. You know, back in my remodeling days, I did quite a few like garage, like turned crappy garages into nice finished garages. That was like a thing I did a lot, and so I'd go up and I'd blow cellulose. And then I was like, man, I hate this cellulose. It's so dirty. So then I'd do fiberglass, and I'd be like, man, I hate this. It's so itchy.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what? I'm hiring people to do my installation. I'm done. But this ain't bad.
No, and
It literally feels like you're just in a wood shop.
yeah.
That's actually going pretty good up there, so we'll leave Jason at that. Let's go look at the hopper and see how it moves into the material, or moves the material into the machine. Josh just showed up. Josh is actually the owner of Busti Lumber, who graciously brought the machine over so that we could blow all this timber fill. Josh, what do you guys, you guys like the only ones doing this in the area?
We currently are with the timber fill, yes.
Yeah?
It's an awesome product, but there's been a little reluctance on...
Because it's wood.
Everybody freaks out when they hear we're gonna blow wood in your attic.
Well, that's the point of this video, is to hopefully show people the benefit and then talk through the things that people are unsure of. Because I was on the same side of that fence, and I'm like, when Dan told me what he was doing, going to timber fill, and I'm like, I don't know, man, America is pretty skeptical. Getting people to do this, it's only gonna be tough until you show them the benefit or why it actually is so good.
Right.
Let's see what Dan's got going on up here, because you are looking dirty, man.
Yeah, the airlock is a little backed up, so we're getting a little extra dust in here.
So are you, you don't leave this down?
You can. I just really overfilled it.
Oh.
So yeah, you got a whole bunch of, this is kind of pre-conditioned fiber.
Yeah.
So this is basically what it's going to go through. It's going to go through 150 feet of hose, and then you really have the density and the cross-directional fibers that you want.
You know, what's crazy is it come out of that bundle like pretty tight, but it like instantly just, it's like ready to go.
Yep, yep. The other nice thing is it dense packs really nice. So you can make timber balls. You know, the fiber structure versus cellulose or fiberglass is going to really hold together much nicer.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So,
I wish Greg was here. I'd throw one at him.
So we do 3 different species. We have pine, spruce, and fir.
Yeah.
So each bag is going to be a little bit different on the ratio. Some bags are going to be a little tighter. Some are going to be a little looser. The ones that are tighter, just make it a point to break it up.
Yeah.
And then the loose ones, you could literally just, it'll fall apart.
And just keep your hands away.
Yes.
Sure, I'm gonna figure out the best way to do this. That did not get broke up at all. So when you talk about expense, I mean, this is a pretty darn affordable product. What range are somebody gonna be looking at for, let's say your R50 or 48, you know.
For an R49, you're looking about 70 cents a square foot. Obviously,
For an R49, 70 cents? That's really good.
Yeah, it's similar to like cellulose. That's product only, not installation.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that's a pretty good price.
Oh yeah, yeah. And really, because timber fill will shift very nicely when you start talking our timber bat.
Yeah.
That's when the price goes up because shipping is so much and
that makes
it's not
sense.
as compact.
That's a really good price. That's efficient and it's renewable.
It is, yeah.
And you're not cutting trees down to make the product. You're just saying, hey, you guys do your thing. We'll take your scraps, and then we're going to make a product that's going to be, you know, making houses more energy efficient.
Right. Yeah, and it's also all the lumber mills we're pulling from are FSC and SFI certified forests, so they're sustainably managed forestry also, all up in the state of Maine.
That's got to make a lot of people real happy to hear, and you know, as we try to move towards being more energy efficient. It's not on the top of the minds of most people in the Midwest. It's like, hey, what can you do that's going to be cost effective? And this is also cost effective. So now you can start to sell to people that are looking for price and something that's more sustainable for you know, our country, I guess, and our climate and our earth. That's pretty cool. So we're gonna do about 60 bags an hour is what you figured you could do, about a bag every minute?
For this machine and settings that we're going with, about 60 bags an hour. And we have about 250 to blow.
Yeah. There's really, you know, this is not a job for a guy that has patience problems.
No, you got to be able to.
You got to be able to take a break for a second.
You got to just, you know, check out, do your own thing in your head.
Yeah. It's like fishing.
It is like fishing.
You know, if you guys didn't notice, I got the laser set up so you can kind of see it getting cast across the top. So as I'm filling this, if I see a laser back further, that means I got to fill in front of that laser. And then I can make sure, see, look at that. Now the laser's hitting right there. So I can just bring this up almost effortlessly right to the, look at that, right to the right height. That way I can verify that I'm going to be getting the right R value, which obviously, you know, we're not looking to be perfect, but as close to that R60 as possible is what we want. Need an audio book. I did my duty. That was, it wasn't that bad up there actually. If you look, you can kind of see we're about halfway through, and you can see where the SIGA is sagging down. It's actually not really a whole lot worse than what we had going on up here. But up there where the rock wool was, that was 2 foot on center. This is 4 foot on center framing. I think we're gonna be just fine, Dan. So let's talk about some of the characteristics about this that do help mitigate some of the issues that I know you guys are gonna have or ask about when it comes to having a wood installation. And what we're gonna do is talk to Dan. So Dan, now it's your turn to tell us exactly what you do. Because I know what you kind of do, but what's your role? And how do I look here? Do I look like
I'm great? You want me to hit you with the blower first?
No, man. This is this is life. This is the nicest installation I've had to actually work with.
Okay. So TimberHP, you know, obviously timber, it's a timber-based product.
Right.
HP or HP times 3 is high performance, healthy planet, and healthy people.
Yeah.
And really the healthy people part is not only for the occupants of the structure or the building, but also the installers.
Yeah.
So we care a lot about the installers. There's nothing abrasive. I mean, this is something that once you shower off, it's fine.
Just like I'm like a little dang bear here or something. Look at that. But so tell me, I mean, first things first, it's wood.
Yeah.
How can you insulate with wood, and how does it not soak up moisture? How does it not gain or give fire more something to burn? And how do insects and termites not just go up there and just live their happiest life ever?
So a couple things. First of all, if you look at the raw ingredients of some of the other insulations out there, they're not insulators at all. But when you whip them into fibers and you cross direction and do all that, you have air spaces. You know, we do have a denser product than, you know, like a fiberglass bat, but glass is not a great insulator, as we know from our windows. You know, you get an R value of like a 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's real thin, but then when you look at like even rock, you know, rock is going to not be a great insulator also in its raw form, but then you have like, you know, your rock wool here and all that. Same thing with wood. Okay. So as an insulation value, it's actually quite high. It is a higher density product, meaning that you get more thermal lag.
And probably sound also?
And great with sound, yeah. The acoustic bats are 3-pound density, so it's going to be even better than like a mineral wool bat. Our STC rating for a 2x4 wall is 50.
Okay. Wow. Because it's dead quiet in here with the mineral wool in the walls. Yeah. So you're saying it's even quieter with timber bats?
Yeah, so STC rating
is higher.
It's very similar.
I get, yeah. So what about moisture then?
So moisture, it is hydroscopic. Hydroscopic's able to absorb moisture. Yeah. And this is actually a beneficial for building science. We called it hygric buffering and redistribution. Okay. Similar to like cellulose.
We're going to have to put that up on the screen with like, because
hygric buffering and redistribution.
So by saying it, you're saying it's taking the moisture. Yep. It's bringing, but then it's dispersing it evenly, not just pooling in certain spots.
Exactly. If you just took our bat product, you could pour water on the bat, it'll shed. Okay. But if it sits on there or you get like condensation on your structure, it's able to absorb into that bat or the blow-in product and then redistribute, and we add a special ingredient for fire, bugs, and mold and mildew.
And that's borate.
And that's borate, which is a natural material, but we're using about a 7% ratio, similar to like pressure treated lumber to make it termite resistant. Okay. They use a 0.5%.
So termites ain't eating this?
They're not gonna really eat this product at all. I mean, we're building out of wood in America. 99% of all of our builds are wood frames. Yeah. They're not just eating every house out there.
Right.
You know, carpenter ants.
True. If you have termites, you have termite mitigation. You're doing things differently. Maybe you're going to build a block.
Yeah, right.
We don't have termites here. So, well, there are some in certain areas, but not here. Okay, so bugs don't like it.
Right, yeah.
Water, it's going to distribute evenly. It's going to disperse when the humidity levels change, and it's just going to kind of be gone. We don't have to worry about mold, mildew?
And it's mold and mildew resistant because of the borate.
Okay, and the borate is through every fiber?
So we're a little different in the industry because we're liquid applied. Okay. So like a cellulose with borate added is actually going to have a dust. So they use about 15% borate. Okay. But when you're blowing it in the attic, that's the dust that you typically see. Oh. So whereas ours, because liquefied and then absorbed into every fiber evenly, so lucky.
Kind of like LP Smart side.
Yeah, exactly.
All the fibers, that's why it doesn't just burn so freely. You have to like keep heat and hot sources on it. That's the next question. Fire. I've seen the test.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't just it will burn, but not without a constant source of ignition?
Correct. Yeah, so it's a Class A fire-rated product. Yeah. 1 hour, 2 hour fire-rated assemblies are the same as you would do with the mineral wool bat. It's gonna basically take a very long time for it to burn through, but one nice thing about wood is there's no melting temperature. It'll basically just shrink and shrink and shrink until it's no more, but it takes a lot of heat and a lot of time for that to happen. So you could hit it with MAP gas, which burns at 3,600 degrees, and it's not going to blow a hole right through it.
Okay. So what else are the common things that the viewers are going to watch this and say, this is a bunch of BS, there's no way, it's not going to work? I mean, Europe's been doing this forever. When I went to Europe, everybody was using there were wood fiber bats in walls all over the place. Yeah. Mineral wool, wood fiber. What have you seen for pushback other than the three things that we talked about?
The other one is just the install portion of it, not so much the blow-in, but the bats. They are a denser bat.
So they're heavy?
They're similar density as like a mineral wool bat, a little bit higher even. Okay. So you actually need to cut it around outlet boxes, wires, things like that. Yeah. That apparently some insulation contractors aren't cutting around.
I'd always cut around anything anyway. I'm not just going to shove it in there.
Yeah. Okay. But R14 is like in a 2x4 cavity, R22 in a 2x6 cavity, and we will also have an R30 coming out soon.
Those should be the main things that people are going to be curious about. And honestly, I know you guys, you aren't here, but this doesn't bother me. It's actually not bad. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's something you have to experience. I thought for sure that it was a load of BS, and when you kept telling me that it's not bad to work with, it really isn't bad to work with. All right, I think they got this kind of under control. I gotta go run to a meeting, and then I'll be back and we can take a look at the finished product and maybe talk a little bit more about why I went with TimberFill instead of some of the other options out on the market. So back here this morning, so last night I had meetings. I got back kind of late, like dinner time, and the guys were still here. They were finishing up on this side, so I went up there, I helped them get it all finished, and I didn't have any cameras running. So my bad, but I do believe that we've got enough footage showing you how the TimberFill product blows in. It's the same process on this side as it was on this side. We got that R60, we went 19 inches deep, and I'll be honest, and this is not a paid response, but after working in it all day, being covered, you've seen how covered I was. That was the first time I did an installation and did not feel extremely itchy. It was not like making my face kind of hurt by, you know, rubbing around your nose or whatever. It actually felt kind of soft to my skin, and I was thinking maybe little tiny wood splinters were gonna get everywhere, but it wasn't the case. I was pretty impressed overall with the workability with the TimberFill HP product. So performance, I mean, I guess we're gonna have to see. They've done their testing. They say I've got an R60 up there, an R60 with a nice SIGA air barrier. Like, I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty darn well performing. I did notice, however, as soon as I came in here this morning, it's extremely quiet. I can't wait for the first rainstorm to hear, you know, what that sounds like, because now this is the first time having insulation in this ceiling, so this open space is a lot quieter. But let's go upstairs, let's look at how the finished product looked, and then we'll kind of talk about a couple of the properties that I just know you guys are all super curious about. Oh, so look at this, guys. You can definitely see, I don't know if this is gonna be a problem yet. Oh, no, that's not nearly as heavy as I thought it was. They told me that this was gonna be at an R60 just over like 2 pounds per square foot of weight. And you can see where my Rex is sagged down, but I guess I was thinking maybe it would be a little heavier. When I fasten my steel up there, I don't think that's even gonna be an issue. Let's see what this looks like up here. Well, that's the finished product. It actually looks pretty darn consistent. We use that laser. It's just a loose fill like any other, you know, insulation product. I definitely don't want to ever have to come back up here again. So hopefully I've done enough prep work to be prepared for all my lighting and all that good stuff down below in the service cavity. It just looks like a big pile of sawdust. It looks like somebody been working in their wood shop for years and never cleaned anything up. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, what about fire? Like, isn't this just a huge fire waiting to happen? Well, I think we can do a quick demo downstairs just to show how this product works. But remember, the borate that they treat in this, natural borate, they get it in California. There's only 2 mines out there, I guess that's what Dan said. That's what's protecting this. That's what's giving it the pest resistance. Like bugs, you know, they'll die. A termite will die, basically, if they come up here and try to eat this anyway. And it also, since all those fibers are treated through and through, it's not going to hold moisture, and well, it'll hold moisture, it will disperse it evenly, but it's not going to, you know, get the mold and mildew. It's not that new, guys. This is not new. It's only new to you in the US, but in Europe, you know, if you go down and read in the comments, you'll probably see a lot of Europeans saying, best thing ever for insulation is wood fiber. So not much else to see up here. It looks awesome. Let's go back downstairs and let's do a little demo with some fire. Okay, so that kind of, I mean, a little bit of blow up. But it's really not bad. See if we can get the surface to light on fire. So there you go, guys. Wood insulation, something I never even considered until I went to Switzerland with SIGA, did a bunch of job site tours and saw them using this product. I started asking the questions, and coincidentally, Dan went to TimberHP, you know, almost the same timeline, and brought this product with the help of that team to the US. They're the only ones in the US doing it. So, you know, it should be pretty easy to find if you're looking to maybe get more information on this. I'll put a link down below. They graciously came out, helped me do all this, so I'm definitely thankful for that. Thank you guys. And I think it's awesome. I mean, you just don't do this with other installations. It's just kind of a cool thing. I mean, I'm a carpenter. I work with wood all day. I'm comfortable with this. It feels good. It looks good. It's not gonna burn as you just saw. Well, it'll burn, but you know what I mean. And I gotta take them on, you know, faith that it's going to not attract mold and mildew. You know, they've done their testing. I don't know what else to say. It's wood. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Woo, that was cool. Sorry, the pyro in me couldn't resist doing a little bit more fire testing.